Windows 11 is the latest Microsoft's operating system, and it has brought us some pretty banger wallpapers. But now it's the new year and they are already planning to put out the next version, Windows 12. We sadly haven't seen anything, so my mission today is to make at least 3 good-looking Windows 12 wallpapers, and then you, the audience, will have the chance to vote which one is the best in a community post poll that is linked in the description. Now without any hesitation, let's get working. Let's look at the first wallpaper. As we can see, it kind of arises from the bottom and goes up into a bulb. We now know what's going on in the image, so let's launch Blender and begin. I first added a cube that I gave a bevel and subdivision surface. Then I made a smoke simulation, gave it some materials, added a background, and lit the scene up with some lights. That was pretty much the final render, but I thought it has so much potential, so I brought it to Photoshop and added a camera raw filter. This is our completed image, and if we look at the comparison, it's pretty wild. If you want to set it as your own wallpaper, it is waiting for you in the description. And we are already moving on to the second render. Our second render has a lot of pieces scattered over the middle of the image, and that's what we're going to try to replicate. Let's go. I started off by adding a cylinder and scaling it together. Just like previously, I gave it a bevel and subdivision surface. Then we got into the good stuff. I added the displacement modifier, set it to Z, and tweaked some other settings. This is what we currently have. Now to scatter the objects, I will add an array modifier and displace them over a curve to make a smooth shape. Then I also made a hole inside of our cylinder to make things a little more interesting. To finish off, I added a background, some lights, and finally made the material for our curve. I added a backlight to represent the vignette effects, and we were good to go. I brought it to Photoshop and used some camera raw filter once again. This has already completed our second wallpaper, and if you want it, you can access it in the description. Now let's hop on the last one. The final image for today is very simple. It's just a spherical shape lit with some strong lights. I think we got this. I first added a torus and made it a little thicker. Then I made it smoother with a quick subdivision surface. I then made a geometry nodes group to give our donut some displacement. I started off with a set position node, followed by wave texture, then multiplied with a normal value to make the texture go in all directions. I then tweaked the wave texture a little bit and made the waves smaller with a vector math set to divide. We were done in the geometry nodes, so I added a curve and displaced our torus over it. The scene needed just a bit of lighting and a background, and after a quick Photoshop session, our final render was also finished. Once again, all the wallpapers are available for free in the description. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I also hope to see you again. Goodbye.